Hi all, Brad Wright from the Single Malt Whisky Club here, and for February we are proud to introduce two new whiskies to Australia. Our malt of the month for February is the Tomintoul Cigar Malt, a big hitting, no prisoners taken, peated sherry monster from a Speyside distillery that normally prides itself on being the gentle dram, but not this month. And our extra for this month is from a young indie bottler from Scotland, the Dram Mor Group, and their take on a Glen Garioch 8-year-old. Okay, let's take this cigar malt for a spin, shall we? Now, firstly, the name. Now, let me assure you that this whiskey is in no way trying to imitate cigar smoke. The cigar malt concept is a whiskey designed to be robust enough in the palate to stand up to a nice cigar. The very nature of a cigar smoke obviously tends to overshadow or wash out subtle whiskies. So I guess the cigar malt's aim is to be big enough on the palate to shine through such huge flavours as a cigar provides. So really, if you're not a smoker, don't be put off by the name. This is simply a fully Oloroso sherry matured, lightly peated sherry bomb with all the trimmings. Now, there's a handful of cigar malts on the market now, both peated and non-peated. I believe that Dalmor pioneered the concept in 1999, but a PR blunder of epic proportions saw Dalmor discontinue their original cigar malt in 2009. But a huge outcry from the loyal fan base saw it reintroduced, albeit slightly differently to the range 2 years later. So let's see how this Tomintoul cigar malt tastes, shall we? Now, as you can see, the colour, it's a lovely, inviting, decadent sherry brown. The nose, big stewed fruit on the nose straight away. There's also a big dose of hot pancakes there with maple syrup, as well as a very subtle biscuit spice. It's nice, very faint peat notes. More a mustiness than a smoke, I guess. On the palate. Wow. Whoa. This is a big whiskey. This is massive, sweet, jammy notes, balanced by a real spicy pepper hit. Delicious mouth coating, nice pepper, mutes that sweet note somewhat for a moment, but they all return wrapped up in a mildly smoky deliciousness. And the finish is big, it's long, it's satisfying. Pepper chases more fruit and honey, dark chocolate, and there's some coffee notes there. Oh yeah. Smoky wisps appear and exit, and then reappear as this exquisite finish just rolls around your mouth. It's wow, it just rolls and it rolls and it rolls. It's definitely peated, but it's not an I'll have you Jimmy knuckle dusting peat. There's no band-aids, no tyre fires.
Did you say something?
There's no hospital notes here. These Oloroso casks have definitely done their part in tempering and refining that peat into a lovely addition as opposed to a sole ingredient. To me, a fantastic ratio of fruit and smoke. Neither dominates, but rather both sweet fruit and the peat work together to make a whole that's greater than the sum of the parts. A big whiskey in any language. Oh, it's sensational. And now, onto our optional extra for the month. And this month, it's an 8-year-old Glen Garioch from relatively new indie bottlers Dram Mor. Now, Kenny and Vic McDonald have been in and around Scottish whisky and spirits industry for years, marketing and promoting whiskies, running industry training, whisky events, exploring new markets for a multitude of new distilleries, including Iran, Weems Malts, Douglas Lang, Speyside Distillers, and more. Kenny was also a brand ambassador for Ian McLeod Whiskies, whose stable includes the Tamdhu, Glengoyne, Isle of Skye, and many more whiskies. In short, I guess, the founders of Dram Mor know their whiskey. It was inevitable then, in 2019, they finally got around to establishing their own brand and utilising that vast knowledge to acquire and release whiskies that they want to drink. And this month we are super excited to offer the Glen Garioch 8-year-old. Watch out for that pronunciation. It looks like Glen Garioch, but it's not. It's Glen Garioch. I know. So here it is, for the first time and exclusive into Australia to the Single Malt Whisky Club, the Dram Mor Glen Garioch 8-year-old. This is a single bourbon cask matured whiskey, bottled at cask strength, and is limited to 241 bottles worldwide. So let's have a taste. Actually, let's have another taste. As you can see, I've given this one a pretty good test drive so far. There's the colour, a beautiful bright straw gold, and on the nose, it's a solid base of Granny Smith apples, and that underlies fresh and vibrant floral and grassy notes with a citrusy tang. Yep, there's that citrus. On the palate, it's wonderful, buttery, creamy mouthfeel. Luxuriously coats the palates before a wave of poached pear, vanilla custard, honey, and buttered milk arrowroot biscuits. There's a lovely walnut flavour there as well. And the finish, lovely medium pepperiness leads the charge. But it's those sweet floral notes, I think, that linger the longest. Wonderfully easy drinking dram, especially after a splash of water to open up its cask strength goodness. And an almost textbook demonstration of fantastic Highland spirit matched with first class oak. All the biscuits, the nuts, the vanilla, the buttery mouthfeel you could ask for in a bourbon cask matured whiskey, really. So there they are, February's finest. The Tomintoul Cigar Malt, big, fruity, robust, with a dash of smoke, and on pretty much the opposite end of the flavour spectrum, the Dram Mor Glen Garioch 8-year-old. A cask strength bourbon butterball with all the fragrant fresh fruit, floral notes, and custard goodness you could ask for. So, well, that's it for me for the month. I'm Brad Wright for the Single Malt Whisky Club. Until next month, Slange Var. Yum.